Hi everybody, this is Dennis from the Dennis and Annie Show. I'm going to do a full review of Redshift, issues 1 through 3 from Scout Comics. It's written by H.S. Tack, and Brent McKee is the artist in this. You all know that I'm a big fan of sci-fi. I do like, besides sci-fi, I like good sci-fi that's detailed. I like superhero books. I like murder mysteries, horror books. You know, I've got a wide range. Well, one thing that I absolutely love is good sci-fi. So I really had seen number 2, and I went and grabbed a number 3 when it came out. And just couldn't find a number 1. So the cool story is I had done one of my quick flips of issue number 2, and the writer H.S. Tack got a hold of me and said that he very generously donated a copy. So thank you very much. This was great that you had sent some little goodies and stuff with it, so that I could do an honest review. So here we go, everybody. Issue number 1 of Redshift starts off, and it's in the Arcadia Plains, so this takes place on Mars. And we get what looks like a dad and his sons, and they're kicking around some jokes. The little son, who seems like kind of a know-it-all, starts talking about his quantum mechanics and talking about, you know, with quantum mechanics that anything is possible. And the dad asks if it's true, and it is. It says, "You guys, you're heading back to work." They're mining ice. So there you can see it's the Arcadia ice miners. I love the fact that there's windmills on Mars when there's really not a whole lot of wind, so I thought that was interesting, and it looks like it. So then we find out that they're basically mining, and all of a sudden the big news is they've got an explorer that's going out, and the older brother gets chosen, and he's like, stop, there's a mistake. I quit the explorer program. And then the head of the program's like, but we're running out of ice. Unfortunately, Isabel hasn't returned. Our time is running short. I feel strongly that Hellener gives us the best chance. Oh, I've heard it all before, Tiberius. Love the fact his name's Tiberius. Hopefully that's a shout out to Captain Kirk. Basically, their mother was an explorer, and she never returned from their mission. And we're finding out that none of the explorers have ever returned. So we don't know exactly what's happened on Earth yet, but we know that Mars is running in, so they're trying to ice, mine for ice. So Tiberius shows him, he goes, "Come with me," and he takes him and shows him that there's a planet in a system called Chimera, or Chimera, depending on how you like to pronounce it. And anyway, he kind of goes that we have this device that can, basically fold in space-time, which means it can basically teleport you from one place to another. He's like, "I don't want to do it because I killed my friend." He goes, "Well, tell me about it." So this is really cool. They go through a backstory on a mission on Mars, and they're running out of air. One of his best buddies had gotten injured, and in order to save the crew, he makes the very tough decision of basically taking his oxygen and spreading it around to the crew, and the crew's flabbergasted that he would do it. The artwork in this is just really cool. I really like how a lot of this is laid out. The stars, everything on here feels great. This is an oversized first issue. Long and short of it, he winds up being able to save the entire crew, as they were almost all about dead. The writing was really good in that one. I don't want to delve into it too much, because I really kind of want you guys to go out and find these. I'll bet it'll be out in at least a trade paperback if you're like me and you couldn't find it. We kick into issue number 2. And again, last remnants of human civilization, and it's showing Mars. So again, they're implying that something happened to Earth. Arcus Nova, Mars's only city. So they're basically under a bubble on Mars, and that's what's left of the human race. It sounds like. So they're under this bubble, and it even says recycle your waste or die. There aren't many people left. Resources are almost down to nothing. They can't get water. Everybody's trying to get water to feed their family. But ultimately, we find out. I love the fact you're in my way, Milksop. Milksop, really? I love the fact that some of the terminology that they use in here. He's sitting there thinking about it, and they're like, why didn't you go? You should have went. Mom had went. Why wouldn't you go? He goes, really, you want me to go? Yeah, you really should. So they're getting the ship prepped. We even find out, you can see that they're short on it. This is the captain that they've now chosen since he turned it down. And you can see a 30-second shower, 15 seconds, and then the shower turns off. So again, water is very scarce. It looks like they recycle what little they have. So, other than drinking water, they don't have a lot of resources for pleasantries. Vera is the name of the captain that's going on in there. And then they actually have a ceremony, kind of maybe like the Olympics, where they pass the torch. Hellener, Drake, did you decline this journey before they asked me? No, of course not. I thought so. So Vera's all set to go, and Tiberius confronts Hellener, and he goes, how would you reconcile the loss of your comrade Overman? What? That passage leads to a covert entry onto the Aphelion. I've already arranged for your access. But Vera's brave. She can't do this alone. You're our less best chance. Even his brother, would you go? He goes, yeah, I'm going to miss you. So he winds up basically sneaking on board. The brother's sad. Needless to say, the two, unbeknownst to her, go out into space on this Explorer. And then this looks like it's a computer basically. It's like an AI. It's talking about I've recalibrated oxygen levels slightly to accommodate our second live crew member. Whoa, wait, what do you mean a second? Well, he's back in the compartment. She gets in there and she just kind of whacks him one and kind of beats the hell out of him. She's like, what are you doing here? And, and he's like, they needed me. I couldn't do this without you. But we're here, and she decides just to continue the mission. I'm the captain. I've made the decision. That's a cool ship. Reminds me very much of in Star Trek, how the Vulcans used their earlier propulsion in the cylindrical section. I kind of like the designs of the ships on this. Everything's kind of realistic. We hop into issue 3. And she's still not speaking to him, so wherever he goes, she disappears. They're out there, but they find an anomaly, and he finally says, you need me. What do you need me to do? So they see the anomaly, and they wind up finding one of the earlier Explorer ships. And they're like, whoa, that's fantastic. She goes, I'm going to go out on an airwalk. We're not supposed to do that. We're not in training anymore. We need to do this. So she winds up going on an airwalk or a spacewalk into the other vehicle, the older one. And all of a sudden, one of the thrusters fires on the older ship. And anyway, so it's a race, and they're trying to figure out how to save it. She's going to wind up crashing down onto the planet. The art's really cool. The story's laid out even without a lot of dialogue here. I love how you can see the reflection in the eyes of basically her helmet, and that's what she sees. It's Ju-En Lee from the Perseus spaceship. That was the captain or the solo person in there. Obviously didn't make it. She winds up pushing the old captain out and basically trying to salvage what she can of the records, because they need to find out why they keep disappearing. Maybe it'll give them a better chance. She winds up being able to survive, and then they start digging through the data. to try and figure out what exactly happened to them. Then back on Prime Commander's private quarters, back on Mars, we see a bunch of thugs. And he's like, someone saw you at the rat hole in Tokyo district talking to a known informant. Oh, you mean Captain Seville, the captain of your liquid freighter tanker, the one you've been siphoning off resources from the Voyager program to build? Why don't we discuss this? I have better things to do, but he'll talk to you. And of course, there's Captain Seville, and obviously the thugs. Hey, he had a family. You should have considered that before he squawked. The truth finds its way out. The truth is what we make, Tiberius. Water, land, air, these are truths. And fire. Well, it doesn't look so good. So that's kind of how it ends. So, again, I just want to give a shout out to HS TAC for being gracious and sending some cool comics and giving me a chance to read the entire story. This is incredibly well written. Everybody knows I like smart sci-fi. Part of it kind of reminds me of, like, if you guys watch The Expanse, it's got some of that feel with like the belters in it. It's got a bit of space above and beyond. It's good old-fashioned sci-fi. You know, we're not talking millions of years. You know, we're not talking Star Trek and super flashy stuff. But this is just good sci-fi storytelling. They go through, you know, distances and a little bit of quantum mechanics. And it sounds like the research was done because those seem very accurate. So that means there's some thought put into it. The character dialogue is enjoyable and very believable. When we take a look at the storyline as a whole, it's captivating. I love where they went. You know, when they do, you know, they did the flashback to the previous time. It was well done. The artwork, Brent, I mean, he brings this stuff to life. I love the artwork in this. This is solid comic storytelling in sci-fi. It kind of reminds me a little bit the Jules Verne, some of the stuff that's being put out right now based on his stuff. But all in all, you know, it's a form of I can't call it a dystopian Earth because they're not on Earth anymore, but humanity needs something more. The Redshift really seems to deliver across the board on it. I'm going to give this a CGC rating of a 9.0. I can't wait. 4 I thought was going to be out this week and it didn't show up, so hopefully it'll be out next week. And I checked a couple of the shops, so I can't wait to continue the story. Thanks again, HS Tech, for being great and sending this out. This was definitely worth the wait. I hope you all enjoy it. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. Leave your comments below if you're reading this, if you agree or disagree with me. I love to hear everybody's opinion on this. And make sure you hit the bell notification because we do like to go live. We do live streams where we talk comics or movie reviews and stuff. So anyway, stay up to date, and I hope to hear from you all soon. Thanks again.